Here's something the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department doesn't want you to know. They're still running 429 Ford Crown Victorias from 2011, 13 years later. These aren't garage queens or ceremonial vehicles. They're active patrol units racking up thousands of miles in one of America's busiest counties. When a police department keeps decade-old cars in frontline service, that tells you something about longevity that no Consumer Reports survey ever will. The used car market has a dirty secret. While everyone's chasing low-mileage cream puffs and certified pre-owned inventory with warranties, there's an entire class of vehicles that laughs at the 200,000-mile mark. These aren't the cars in glossy magazine spreads or YouTube influencer garages. They're the ones taxi drivers buy after they've been decommissioned, the ones mechanics recommend to their own kids, and the ones that show up at 300,000 miles with nothing more than routine maintenance receipts. We're talking about vehicles you can buy for the price of a decent vacation, $5,000 to $10,000, that will outlive most new cars on the lot today. The catch? You need to know which ones actually deliver on that promise, because for every bulletproof Toyota Camry, there's a Dodge Caliber waiting to drain your bank account. Let's separate the immortals from the imposters. Number 20, Chevrolet Impala. The domestics get hammered in reliability discussions, often unfairly. The Chevy Impala proves American sedans can run forever when engineered properly. About 1.5% of these full-size sedans hit the 200,000-mile mark, which doesn't sound impressive until you realize most buyers treat them like rental cars. Find one that's been maintained, and you're looking at a comfortable highway cruiser that sips fuel more efficiently than its size suggests. The 3.8-liter V6 versions from the early 2000s use that same bomb-proof GM 3800 engine we'll discuss later, which means cheap parts, endless aftermarket support, and mechanics who can fix them blindfolded. Current market pricing sits between $3,000 and $8,000, depending on condition and mileage. Number 19, Acura TSX. Honda's luxury division doesn't get enough credit for building sedans that refuse to die. The 2005 TSX combines responsive handling with that signature Honda durability, wrapped in a package that still looks sharp 2 decades later. These things were fitted with actual luxury features: real leather, solid build quality, thoughtful ergonomics, but underneath beats a Honda heart. Owners report minimal issues beyond routine maintenance, even past 150,000 miles. The catch? Good examples are getting scarce because people who bought them new refuse to sell them. When you find one under $10,000 with maintenance records, grab it. Number 18, Hyundai Elantra. Wait, a Hyundai on a longevity list? 2013. Elantra documented over 1 million miles, which either makes it the world's greatest outlier or proof that modern Hyundai engineering deserves respect. These compacts from the early 2010s strike that perfect balance of efficiency, features, and reliability that newer Hyundais somehow forgot. The 4-cylinder engines won't set your pulse racing, but they'll start every morning for the next 15 years. Parts remain cheap, fuel economy hovers around 30 miles per gallon combined, and the depreciation curve means you're buying proven transportation for Honda Civic money minus $2,000. Number 17, Mazda 6. Mazda gets overlooked in reliability conversations because they lack Toyota's marketing budget, but their mid-size sedan from the early 2010s delivers an engaging driving experience that actually makes you want to drive it. The 2.5-liter 4-cylinder produces 170 horsepower, enough to make highway merging pleasant, while returning 30 miles per gallon on longer trips. That's 16.6 cubic feet of trunk space swallows enough luggage for actual road trips, not just theoretical ones. Consumer Reports data shows these aging gracefully when maintained, with owners reporting far fewer issues than segment rivals. Current pricing makes them one of the best value propositions in the used sedan market. Number 16, Toyota RAV4. If you need space but don't want truck fuel economy, these compact crossovers from 2006 through 2010 deliver Toyota's legendary reliability in a package your family can actually use. The four-cylinder engines provide adequate power. Nobody's winning drag races, but you're not white-knuckling freeway on-ramps either. More importantly, these things run forever. Owner forums document examples pushing 300,000 miles with nothing more than oil changes, brake jobs, and the occasional wheel bearing. The aftermarket support means parts stay cheap, and any mechanic can work on them. Expect to pay between $6,000 and $10,000 for clean examples, which sounds expensive until you calculate cost per mile over the next decade. Number 15, Scion XB. Toyota's youth brand might be dead, but their toaster-shaped box continues racking up miles with religious maintenance schedules. Multiple owners report these reaching 300,000 miles, with some documenting even higher numbers. The 2006 and 2009 through 2015 models earned that reputation honestly. Simple mechanical layouts, proven Toyota drivetrains, and build quality that Japanese manufacturers perfected decades ago. Stay away from the 2008 model year, which suffered from excessive oil consumption and cruise control gremlins that still frustrate owners today. The real genius here is cargo capacity. Fold those rear seats flat, and you're moving furniture that wouldn't fit in vehicles twice the price. Ground clearance won't win any off-road awards, but for urban environments and highway slogs, these deliver exactly what their owners need. Current asking prices range from $4,000 to $8,000, and they hold value better than you'd expect for discontinued quasi-SUVs. Number 14, Mazda 3. This compact from 2012 through 2015 offers surprising refinement for vehicles trading in the sub-$10,000 range. Mazda engineered actual driving dynamics into these things. The steering provides feedback, the suspension soaks up bumps without feeling floaty, and the whole package responds to inputs like engineers actually cared. Reliability data shows them aging well, with fewer reported issues than their sales numbers would suggest. The catch is they flew under most buyers' radars, which means good examples exist if you know where to look. Parts availability remains solid, fuel economy hits the mid-30s on highway runs, and the interior doesn't feel like punishment after an hour behind the wheel. Number 13, Honda CR-V. Let's talk about what reliable actually means in the real world. One 2007 CR-V owner documented their odometer approaching 1 million miles. Not 300,000, not 500,000, 1 million. That's the automotive equivalent of climbing Everest, and this little Honda did it without requiring an engine rebuild. These compact crossovers from the mid-2000s deliver everything families need. Room for 4 adults, cargo space that actually works, all-wheel drive for winter climates, and fuel economy that won't trigger monthly panic attacks. The real magic lives in the drivetrain. Honda's engineering from this era focused on longevity over flash, which means these engines use timing chains instead of belts, conservative tuning for extended life, and build quality that newer models somehow lost. Expect to find clean examples between $5,000 and $10,000, and budget for absolutely nothing beyond routine maintenance for the foreseeable future. Number 12, Pontiac Vibe. Here's where smart shoppers make money. The Pontiac Vibe and Toyota Matrix are mechanical twins, same engines, same transmissions, same everything that matters. But the Vibe trades at $1,000 to $1,500 less because casual buyers think Pontiac means GM quality. Wrong. These were built with Toyota drivetrains in a joint venture, which means you're getting Toyota reliability with a Pontiac discount. Owner forums document examples pushing 270,000 kilometers without major repairs. The all-wheel drive versions add independent rear suspension and a more powerful 2.4-liter engine, though savvy buyers stick with the bulletproof 1.8-liter four-cylinder. Just avoid the GT and Matrix XRS variants. Those used a Yamaha-designed engine that suffered oil starvation issues when driven hard. Clean Vibes trade between $3,000 and $6,000, and you can literally swap parts from Matrix inventory when needed. It's Toyota reliability on a budget. Number 11, Honda Fit. Honda's subcompact proves you don't need size to deliver utility. The magic seat system, rear seats that fold flat multiple ways, creates cargo capacity that embarrasses vehicles twice its footprint. Owners report these delivering 200,000 miles plus with nothing beyond routine maintenance, and the resale values reflect that reputation. The 1.5-liter four-cylinder won't set any acceleration records, but it returns fuel economy numbers that make hybrids look wasteful. Parts remain inexpensive, any Honda dealer can service them, and the aftermarket offers endless accessories for customization. These trade between $5,000 and $9,000 depending on year and condition, making them perfect urban runabouts that won't nickel and dime you into poverty. Number 10. Lexus ES 300. Here's your entry ticket to luxury reliability. The 2003 ES 300 uses Toyota's mechanical components wrapped in genuine leather and real wood trim. These mid-size sedans combine Camry reliability with appointments that justify the Lexus badge, and they age gracefully when maintained. The 3-liter V6 provides smooth power delivery, the ride quality remains plush even after high mileage, and the build quality means interior panels don't rattle after a decade. Multiple owners document 200,000-mile examples that still feel solid and refined. The depreciation curve means you're buying used luxury for economy car money. Expect to pay between $4,000 and $9,000. Maintenance costs run higher than Toyota equivalents, but you're still spending less than keeping any European sedan alive. Number 9. Honda Accord. The 2010 through 2014. Accord with the 2.4-liter four-cylinder engine represents Honda engineering at its most durable. These mid-size sedans routinely exceed 200,000 miles with nothing more than scheduled maintenance. The manual transmission models, yes, they existed, deliver even better longevity because there's no automatic transmission to service or replace. What makes these special isn't just reliability, it's the complete package. Interior space feels generous. Ride quality strikes that balance between comfortable and engaging. And fuel economy hovers around 30 miles per gallon combined. The timing chain means you're not budgeting for expensive belt replacements, and Honda's reputation means parts remain plentiful and mechanics know these inside out. Clean examples trade between $7,000 and $12,000, though pristine manual transmission versions command premiums from enthusiasts who know what they're worth. Number 8. Toyota Avalon. Toyota killed the Avalon just over 2 years ago, which makes retired middle managers everywhere weep softly into their morning coffee. This full-size sedan perfected the art of floating gently over pavement while requiring absolutely nothing beyond routine maintenance. 22% of these reach 250,000 miles, and that's not because owners baby them. It's because Toyota engineered them for exactly that purpose. The 1998 through current models share that philosophy. Conservative engineering, proven components, and build quality that shames vehicles costing twice as much when new. These depreciate heavily because younger buyers want crossovers, which creates opportunities for smart shoppers. Expect to pay between $5,000 and $12,000 depending on year and condition, then budget for nothing but oil changes and tire rotations for the next decade. The V6 engines provide adequate power, fuel economy hovers around 28 miles per gallon highway, and the interiors remain comfortable even after high mileage. Number 7. Toyota Prius. Hybrid skeptics love pointing at battery replacement costs, but real-world data tells a different story. These gasoline-electric sedans from 2010 through 2013 routinely push 150,000 miles before battery systems even think about degrading. 1.3% hit 200,000 miles, and many continue well beyond that threshold. The fuel economy remains the headline, 51 city and 48 highway, which translates to real money saved at the pump. Yes, they're slow. Yes, the driving dynamics feel like piloting a refrigerator. But if your priorities include longevity, efficiency, and low operating costs, these deliver better than anything else at similar price points. The catch is finding well-maintained examples, because many served hard lives as rideshare vehicles. Expect to pay between $6,000 and $11,000 for clean examples with documented battery health checks. Number 6, Toyota Camry. The most boring car in America also happens to be one of the most reliable. Camry's reputation for dependability isn't marketing hype. It's engineering reality backed by decades of real-world data. Over 20% of owners keep these sedans longer than 10 years, which either indicates masochism or satisfaction with their purchase. The smart money's on satisfaction. These mid-size sedans from the early 2010s use conservative engine tuning that prioritizes longevity over power figures. The 4-cylinder and V6 engines both regularly exceed 300,000 miles with nothing more than routine maintenance. Owner forums document examples pushing even higher numbers. The downside is they're aggressively anonymous. Nobody's forming Camry car clubs or attending Camry meetups. But when your priority is reaching your destination for the next 15 years without drama, that anonymity becomes a feature. Clean examples trade between $7,000 and $13,000, depending on year, mileage, and trim level. Number 5, Mazda MX-5 Miata. Every list needs an outlier, and the Miata delivers reliability in a package that's actually fun. These lightweight roadsters earned cult followings because they combine driving enjoyment with Japanese dependability. Multiple owners report 500,000-mile examples still running original engines. Some even claim million-mile Miatas exist in the wild. JD Power dependability tests confirmed what enthusiasts already knew. These things refuse to break even when driven enthusiastically. The 2006 through 2015 models represent peak Miata. Enough modern refinement to be daily drivable, but simple enough that any competent mechanic can maintain them. Parts remain inexpensive because Mazda sold millions globally, and the aftermarket offers endless upgrade paths for those so inclined. They seat 2 people and approximately 1 grocery bag, which makes them terrible family cars but perfect second vehicles. Expect to pay between $6,000 and $14,000 for clean examples, with manual transmissions commanding premiums, because that's the whole point. Number 4, Buick LeSabre. General Motors 3800 Series V6 engine made Ward's 10 best engines of the 20th century list, and the LeSabre from the 1990s through 2005 served as its showcase. This engine is legitimately unkillable. Owner forums document examples exceeding 400,000 miles with nothing beyond routine maintenance. One mechanic reported seeing a LeSabre with over 250,000 miles that had its oil changed every 3,000 miles, but literally nothing else ever touched, and it still ran perfectly. The secret lies in the engine's design: cast iron block, overhead valves, conservative tuning, and engineering that prioritize durability over specific output. These full-size sedans float down highways like isolation chambers, providing comfort levels that make contemporary luxury cars feel harsh. The downside is they're thoroughly uncool. Your grandfather probably owned one. But that stigma creates pricing opportunities. Clean examples trade between $2,000 and $7,000, and maintenance costs remain shockingly low because parts flooded the market for decades. The intake manifold gaskets will eventually leak coolant around 100,000 miles, but the fixed costs under $1,500, and that's typically the only major repair these ever need. Number 3, Ford Crown Victoria. Remember those 429 Crown Vics still serving the LA County Sheriff? That's not the exception, it's the rule. These body-on-frame sedans from the late 1990s through 2011 were engineered for 300,000-mile service intervals in taxi and police duty. The Police Interceptor variants, coded P71 in production documents, came with heavy-duty cooling systems, reinforced suspension, external transmission coolers, and calibration designed for sustained high-speed operation. Those upgrades accidentally created perfect used cars for civilians. The 4.6-liter V8 provides adequate power, the fuel economy hovers around low 20s combined, and the parts availability remains excellent because Ford sold these by the millions. Any mechanic can work on them. The mechanical simplicity means you don't need dealer-specific tools or training. The downside is they're huge, they corner like battleships, and fuel economy won't impress anyone. But if your priority is buying a vehicle that starts every morning for the next 15 years, regardless of weather or neglect. These deliver. Ex-police units trade between $2,000 and $8,000, with civilian versions commanding slightly higher prices, despite typically seeing gentler use. Budget for transmission cooler lines around 100,000 miles and intake manifold gaskets around the same interval. Then enjoy bulletproof transportation. Number 2. Toyota Corolla. The Corolla from 2010 through 2015 represents peak sensible transportation. These compact sedans use mechanical layouts so proven that failure almost requires active sabotage. The simple proven design means nothing breaks because there's nothing complicated to fail. Multiple owners document 250,000-mile examples that required nothing beyond oil changes, brake pads, and tires. The build quality exceeds what their prices suggest. Panel gaps remain tight, interior plastics don't rattle, and everything works like it should long after most vehicles develop electrical gremlins. Features remain basic compared to modern standards, but that simplicity translates directly to longevity. No complicated infotainment to glitch, no turbochargers to fail, no CVT transmissions to grenade, just a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, a traditional automatic transmission, and engineering that prioritize function over flash. They're also aggressively boring to drive. The steering provides zero feedback, the engines produce adequate power at best, and the driving dynamics inspire absolutely no enthusiasm. But when you're calculating cost per mile over a 15-year ownership span, boring becomes beautiful. Clean examples trade between $8,000 and $14,000, and they hold value better than anything else at similar price points because smart buyers recognize what they're worth. Number 1. Honda Civic. Honda's compact sedan from 2010 through 2017 earns the top spot because it does everything well and nothing poorly. These deliver Corolla-level reliability with slightly better driving dynamics and similar resale values. The 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engines routinely exceed 200,000 miles without major repairs. Owner forums document 300,000-mile examples that still feel tight and responsive. The real genius lives in the complete package. Interior space feels generous for the exterior footprint. Fuel economy hovers around 35 miles per gallon highway, and build quality means these age gracefully. The manual transmission models offer even better longevity because there's no automatic to service or replace, and they're actually enjoyable to drive rather than merely competent. Parts remain inexpensive because Honda sold millions globally, and any mechanic can service them. The aftermarket offers endless customization options for those who care, though most owners just drive them into the ground while enjoying low operating costs. Clean examples trade between $9,000 and $16,000 depending on year, mileage, and transmission. That sounds expensive compared to other entries on this list, but the resale values reflect what buyers already know. These are worth every penny. Buy one today, maintain it properly, and it'll outlive most vehicles twice its price. That's not speculation. That's documented reality backed by millions of miles of real-world data. The pattern here isn't complicated. Simple mechanical layouts outlast complex ones. Conservative engineering beats aggressive tuning. Proven components trump bleeding-edge technology. And reputation matters because it's earned through decades of owners who expected nothing but received reliability anyway. If reliability's actually your priority, not just something you claim when shopping, these 20 vehicles deliver what new cars promise, but rarely provide. Buy smart, maintain properly, and you'll be driving while your neighbors are making car payments. Speaking of car payments, before you assume newer is better, I recently broke down exactly why some modern cars transform into money pits the moment warranties expire. Check out my video on 10 modern cars that'll cost you a fortune after warranty to see which seemingly reliable vehicles are ticking time bombs.